Assalamu alaikum. Let's make an Eid outfit for my son. Recommendation: watch the video all the way through the first time, then follow along the second time for better results. From the shoulder all the way down to how long you want the shirt to be. Width 13. From the length of the shirt, add additional 2 inches. From the shoulder to your child's chest, mark it down, and then from the shoulders again to your child's belly, mark it down. Then take the circumference of the chest divided by 4, same thing with the belly, divided by 4, and cut everything else out. This is important, but I forgot to record it. What you're going to do is you're going to take the piece that you cut off, you're going to match it with a second piece, same width, but for the height, you're going to add 4 inches to the new piece. Match both ends like so. Iron, don't mind here, I'm just retracing what I made on the other side to this side and adding 1 inch seam allowance. From the end of the top, you're going to move down 3 inches, connect it to the front end, and then cut it out. Then you're going to take the shorter piece, which is going to be the front, move it down, overlap this extra piece here only by 0.5 inches. Overlap this end and this end. I didn't do that here. Right now, it has not synced in, but when I'm getting ready to cut, I'm going to notice the mistake and I'm going to fix it. But let's go ahead and move on to the shoulders. Shoulder measurement divided by 2, mark it down. Same number, go all the way down and mark it here as well. Mine is 6 on both sides. Then you're going to connect. That same place where you had that 6, you're going to draw a third horizontal line like so. Then that 6, you're going to divide it by 2, get the center point. Then on that center point, you're going to move inward 1/2 inch and then curve it like so to make the armhole. Now for the whole of the head, go down 3 inches, across 2 inches. This is standard for kids. Here I am just extending the lines and then connecting them so I'll be able to make this curve like so. Then from the bottom, you're going to move up 6, mark it down, then you will connect all your dots. When I was getting ready to cut, this is when I noticed my mistake. So I went ahead and fixed it. So I am going to overlap it only by 0.5 inch. I overlapped it too much. So overlap it from here, 0.5, and the other side here also 0.5. So the whole thing should overlap it only by 0.5. I went ahead and fixed my neck hole, and then now everything is good and set. Now we're going to cut. When you're cutting, only cut the overflap piece. Do not cut the whole back piece. Watch the video first from beginning to end the first time so you can know what to do. Then follow along the second time so you do not cut the whole back piece, because once you cut it, that's it, you're gonna have to start all over. If the fabric moved a little bit, just go ahead and pull it together to make sure the ends are matching. Now you're done. You're just going to cut the rest of the pattern. Right here, this is what I mean when I say only cut the back. See how it just flips and it's just this side that's cut? Make sure that's what you do. Now open it up. It should be like this. Put the back part down, which is the longer side, and the shorter side on top, which is the front. Then the piece on top, you're going to measure from 9, and then you're going to measure again to 5. These are standard for kids. Then you're going to get your scissors, cut in between only to that 5. Only to the 5. Once you're done, you're going to connect these shoulder pieces. You're going to sew here, sew here. Once you're done, it will look like this. Pull it down, pin the armhole like so to help stay in place. You can also pin the bottom too because you want these ends to match, not to be overlapping. Then you're just going to iron this top piece. Iron it like your life depends on it. That's it. You have made your base for your senator. Everything else is just going to be basic things like tracing the armhole. Originally, I wanted to make the sleeves long, but then I was like, whew, it's summer. It's going to be hot and he's going to be complaining. So I went ahead and made it short sleeve. End of the sleeve, fold it 0.5 inch inward. Iron it and then fold that to your original sleeve length. Iron it, and then for both, you're going to sew along here. For the sleeves, I wanted to add something that will match with my dress on my boys, so I added these squiggly lines. If you have the brother machine, you can achieve this by stitch number 94. Other machines, I don't know. This is the finished result. Make sure you hem the neck down and iron it. Same method we folded the sleeves. Use that same method to hem the bottom of the senator. Now take a piece that is 7 length length and 2 inches width. Fold the two long side 0.5 inch inward, and then the other shorter end, only fold one of them. One should be open. Then fold that piece in half. You should have something that looks like this. Get the shati, and where you mark that 5 inch, you're going to snip 0.5 inch, just a little snip. Take the piece you folded in half, make sure the end that you fold in matches the end here like so, and you're just going to fit it all the way in nice and snug. Line it, fix it up, and make sure it's straight. Pin it in place, and to the machine you're going to take the end that was not folded. Now you're going to fold it in like so. Then you're going to fold the piece to the back and then sew all the way straight. All right, now that is done, we are going to repeat the same process, but this is for the bigger piece. This is going to be 10 inches tall and 3 inches wide. In this front part here, we are going to add more squiggly lines. Stitch number 94 on the brother. Once you're done, it should look like this. And the same thing we did to the small piece, we're going to do it with this big piece. You're going to snip it now to the right. 0.5 inch, a little snippet. Then where we mark that 9 here, we're going to match it here like so. Then you're going to make sure this part is matching and it's inside and not the outside. Pin it in place if you have to. You want this to be as straight as possible. Then here in the end, what you're going to do is fold it in like so. Make sure you hem the end before you fold it so it's not too tacky, the same way we did to the little piece. So for sewing, you're going to start here where the small pieces started. You're going to sew all the way around like so. Do not sew this part. Sewing the shirt together, you're going to start here from the sleeves all the way to here only. You're going to leave this part open. To make this part neat and precise, this is what you're going to do, is open like this. So what you're going to do is first fold the top half like so. Then you're going to fold it in a little bit, like midway, halfway. Then you're going to take that whole piece, then fold it again halfway. Then you will just sew along here. Do the same to every single piece. It's going to be 4 of them. Once you are done, you're done. You should have something that looks like this. Tutorial of the pants pinned up here. And if you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe. Bye.